is a hell of a pack. Okay, so it's a team draft. It's a 4-4. I'm passing to the dog. Well, passing to Buki and then dog on my team. I'm going to take Time Walk. Buki is either going to take Mox Emerald or Time Vault. And it's really interesting to figure it out. Because here's the problem. Let's say, I mean, this is great for our team no matter what. And I think it's right to take Time Walk. I could take Time Vault and try to wield a key. Maybe I just do that, actually. Is that crazy? The thing is, Time Walk is worth so much more than either of those, because if they take Time Vault, I can stop them from wielding the key. I think it's actually better to take Time Walk, because the Time Walk is significantly better than a Mox. That's really close, though. All right, well, Time Walk it is. And now I have to decide if I'm cutting Tezzeret or not, because I just passed a Time Vault. Ooh, taking the Time Vault would have worked out maybe, but do I think Buki took Time Vault or took the Mox? I kind of think that they're going to take the Mox. I'm going to gamble on that. If they take Tezzeret here, then so be it. I think I'm going to take a Johnny. And then they have to, because look at it this way. If they took Time Vault and I passed them Tezzeret, obviously that's not great. Though Tezzeret's a lot weaker than the keys because it's more expensive. If they took the Mox, now they have to either hate Tezzeret or pass it to Sandy Dog, who's going to take whichever piece of power is left there. A Johnny wheel staff. All right, let's do it. Let's take a Johnny. Okay, finally, there's not another Time Vault in this pack. And now there's a Counterspell, a Titania, Lightning Greaves, Lingering Souls, Hallowed Fountain, Scrubland, Breeding Pool. There's a bunch of stuff. I could just take Counterspell here, just a generic good blue card. I probably should. I don't need to take a white card, like a white-blue land yet. And I don't think I want to slam a Titania there. And then here, I'll just, I think, consult the star charts, go find my Time Walk. And then maybe, I'm looking for a Skull Clamp to go with this Ajani. But, we'll see. It's a draw towards white, but I'm not necessarily going to play it. Whereas I'm obviously gonna make sure I play blue here. If I knew more about them, that pick would also potentially be different in terms of what their predilections are. Oh, I'm going to take Flage here. I think Flage is just a busted card. And as much as I like Mishra's Bauble, I really do. In fact, I love Mishra's Bauble. I'm happy enough to take Flage. Some good MH3 Boros cards along with my busted Alpha Blue cards. I mean, that's not a bad combination. And now, Storm Chaser's talent can get back Time Walk. This isn't even the strongest pack. I mean, Enduring Innocence is a good card, but Storm Chaser's Talent's a fine card too. And I'll take that over Ballista. Now, Red and 6, I don't think I'm going to take that. I think that's too many colors for me. But I do like Red and 6 in Time Walk decks. Planeswalkers are just good in those decks. I think I just take Elite Spellbinder here. It's that or Planisphere. Spellbinder is a reasonably better card. So let's just do that. Now I think I take Giver. And I'm kind of like, because I actually have some decent creatures, though Flittering Nuisance has been awesome for me. I do have some cheap creatures. I think Giver is just overall better. All right. Also, white seems to be pretty open here. The key didn't wheel. That's funny. Giver, just don't want to get it there. I could take Time Warp now. Time Warp and Time Walk are good in similar decks. Or I could just take a Suplex. Or I could take Anointed Peacekeeper, though. I think I'm actually just going to take Suplex here. We'll see. I have a bunch of Jeskai cards. Obviously, I have no fixing yet, so I'm not playing all of these cards in the same deck without a lot of fixing, but I don't know what direction I want to go here. I also could end up closer to Boros splashing Time Walk, though three of my first 4 picks were blue, of course, so kind of prefer not to do that. Now it's Staff of the Destroyer, which I absolutely love, or Meticulous Archive. They both are pretty strong. I gotta just take Archive here. I mean, as much as I like Staff, I just have to do that. Wow, Titania and Lingering Souls came back. So did Scrubland. I do love a Titania, but you know what? I'm gonna take Prismatic Ending here. If I'd taken Staff, I could see the Souls maybe making it in. Hero of Bladehold or Hildebrand? I guess Hildebrand maybe is a little more likely I play. I don't love either. And then here, I guess it's Selfless Spirit time. I'm not playing Pinnacle Emissary. All right, so I could just be kind of now I look a little bit more like blue-white, maybe splashing some red cards Maybe I play Counterspell and Consult though. I don't have to like necessarily bin those. If I don't end up playing the Flage, yeah, that's not the end of the world. I mean, I like Suplex too. All right, all right. Well, Leyline Binding, that's a nice little freebie. And Tarmogoyf. Okay, well, I opened 3 pieces of power there, so just one this pack would be fine, honestly. All right, yeah, we'll take it. Open Time Walk and Ancestral. And there's Breach LED in the same pack, so don't have to worry about that. All right, let's just take Ancestral. All right, Ancestral Time Walk. And then the best I can do is a bunch of white creatures? Come on, what am I doing here? We'll see, we'll see. Mark took a Cogwork. Funny. I mean, honestly, if I took out the like Selfless Spirit, the rest of these cards are all totally fine. I'm going to take Flooded Strand. I have to take Flooded Strand. It's not even close. Not even a question. I would really like to get this Flage in. I just think Ancestral and Time Walk work really nicely in like a Jeskai control deck, but Beatdown is good with Time Walk too. Storm Chaser's talent stock is rising. I have 2 busted cards to get back with it. Oh man, as much as I like Library, I'm going to take Force. Also, I like Library less now. I'm going to take Force and Negation. I'll get enough blue cards for this. It's just so good with Ancestral. You know what? I think we're going to play Jeskai, he says, to the surprise of no one. I don't mind playing Elite Spellbinder and Giver of Runes and a Johnny in my Jeskai deck. I would rather not play Hildebrand and Selfless Spirit. Actually, Hildebrand's on my list to just take out of the cube entirely. Card just is not good. I do like a Steel Cutter, but this is, I think, clearly a Ponder. I have a bunch of busted cards in my deck. Why don't I find them? And Flage loves cantrips. Council's Judgment, Thraben, True Name. These are all cards I could wheel. Look, here's my mana fixing. It's drawing blue and casting Ancestrals and Ponders. All right, and here, Fire Covenant, Enduring Curiosity, Worldspine for Flash, Echo of Eons are among the better cards. I'm just going to take Inspiring Vantage. I could take Enduring Curiosity. Hold on. What if I just took Enduring Curiosity? This looks like a fine Enduring Curiosity deck. Oh, Steam Vents, please. And then Oust is a nice card. The thing is, Steam Vents enables Flage and Suplex, which is like getting an Oust-ish removal spell, and other red cards, and I think I do want to do that. I do like Multiversal Passage too, but if I didn't take Steam Vents, I would take Oust. Also, Steam Vents is just a hard duel to get. Okay. You don't need that many creatures for Enduring Curiosity to be fine as well. It's a pretty easy Spire Bluff. A bunch of red and green cards, and a Tainted Pact, I suppose. Okay, so mana's looking a little better. I will say that. Enduring Curiosity isn't bad, but I think, or Inspiring Vantage wouldn't have been bad, but I think Enduring Curiosity will be solid here. Also, even if if you just go end of turn, Enduring Curiosity, attack, hit, Time Walk, or even just attack, hit, like that's already great. And here we've got a Talisman and a Flame Tongue. Shielder's Edict, also a pretty strong card. I'm just going to take Flame Tongue. I like Flame Tongue. I like that it holds up. Oh, I love a Maw Lock. I could take Scrounger. I would play the card. It's also actually nice with a Johnny. It's a way to kill your cat, sure. Passing a late Maw Lock, but and an Ignoble, both are great. I like Season Pyro, but it's double green, or double red rather, so not sure that I want that. And then here, I'll just take Stomping Groves. Even as a hate draft, I think it's the best card to hate here. Oh, this is an Aragorn deck. You know, I hadn't even really got Aragorn on my radar, but happy with that. And then Council's Judgment or Thraben. Let's take Council's Judgment. I do like Thraben Inspector, but I think Council's Judgment's really good. Oh, Inspiring Vantage came back. Nice. Okay, we're kind of getting there on the mana. We have a fetch land, which is all 3 colors. A blue-white, red-white, red-blue. I don't have a fetchable red-white yet. That's the only thing I'm missing. Oh, Sparas, I'll take that. It still gets light white. And now this Leyline Binding's very much on. All right, Mox Sapphire, is that too much to ask? I'm not going to get greedy and ask for a Lotus. Like, that would be ridiculous. But, like, you know, I would even take a Mox Ruby, honestly. I'm willing to stoop to that. In fact, I would even take a Mox Jet. That's how not greedy I am. All right, what do we got? What do we got? That's how not greedy I am. I'm even willing to accept Mox Jet. I opened 5 pieces of power this draft. My team got 4 of the 5. I love it. Oh, this is going to be like such BS. I'm really curious what Sandy got, Emerald or Time Vault. I didn't pass any keys. I passed a Tezzeret. Oh, Mark slammed a Cogwork. You love to see that. Okay, now there's a Scalding Tarn. Holy moly. I mean, Tameo with Time Walk is obviously great, and I have a Sparas, but I think Tameo might wheel because I'm the person who wants it. And if I have any hope of playing Tameo, it will involve me taking this Scalding Tarn, which is the perfect land. I do like Iteration and Spellbomb and Probe and all these things. Yeah, I'll probably even get Tameo back. So not worried. Mystical Tutor. I don't really believe in Mystical Tutor Time Walk and Mystical Tutor Ancestral. Yeah, they can be good. I'm not saying it's never good, but I kind of want to just Cogwork. I feel like I'm going to get a better second card than Mystical Tutor, and there's like 3 different removal spells. Not really an Uro deck. Yeah, we're gonna Cogwork it up, I think. And next up, whoa, it's an all black green pack? No, thank you. There's a Luris. How close am I to Luris? I'd lose Aragorn, Enduring Curiosity, Flame Tongue, Spellbinder, Flage. I get Selfless Spirit. I think Flage and Aragorn are really good in this deck, so probably not going to Luris. If I want to hate a card, there's nothing even to hate, and I really don't want to put Mind Collapse in my deck. I'll just take the Luris. I don't know, maybe there's a matchup for it or something. All right, well, this pack is looking a little better. There's Legend of Kuruk. I don't want Treasure Cruise. I think Flage does about the same thing. Othari and Flame Slash. I really want Flame Slash. The question is, do I want to take Othari with Cogwork? Yeah, this looks like a pretty good Othari deck. I'm in for that. Okay, passing Treasure Cruise and Legend of Kuruk. Here there's an Atroxa, Oculus, Mind Twist. I might just take Botanical Sanctum. Eagles of the North, I guess Eagles of the North is okay. It only gets tap lands right now. The reason I would take Botanical Sanctum is, and I have a Stomping Grounds, is I think that Tameo is going to come back, or at least there's a really pretty good chance of it. And then here, there's a Reese the Evermore, a Voice of Victory, Cosmogrand Zenith. I guess I have some things for Cosmogrand Zenith. I kind of think I just want Voice of Victory. I don't really care about Pirate Spellbomb. Voice can be a pretty good card in some matchups. And then here, I guess Lockmare or Tursa. This could be an actually fine Tursa deck. I don't know that I have the mana for Lockmare so much. Maybe I just want Tursa. I mean, 31, 1, 2, 3. Like, I have a little bit of room for playables. I don't think I want Wistfulness. All right. And Tameo didn't come back? Or I think maybe it was next pack. I don't know. I will take Consider. I don't think I want Mana Confluence here. This looks like a great Consider deck. Tameo did come back. Okay. Whew. All right. Well, we've got a nice one here. I don't even know if I'm playing this Voice of Victory. It might be more of a sideboard card. 7, so this is 15, 16. I do need to actually cut a card here, and it's going to be one of these expensive cards. It might just be the Enduring Curiosity or something. Might be Giver. No, Giver's got a couple cards it's pretty nice with, too. Honestly, I'm going to take Uro. Maybe I'll just play Flage and Uro. They're both kind of busted cards. Yeah, maybe Enduring Curiosity out. Stomping, because I have Stomping Ground as well. I actually kind of have good fixing for 4 colors here, which is why Mox Jet was by far the worst Mox for me. Doesn't even help with Leyline Binding. Unbelievable. They're not going to be a Tendrils deck. I'll just take Pillage the Bog. The last color, I could put Pillage in my deck. I could not play Aragorn. Aragorn is nice with Time Walk, though, and Force Negation. And here, Territorial Kavu. That's actually kind of interesting. I have a lot of 3s. I don't think I want Arwen. I do have 2 fetches for Cub, but Kavu's not bad. And I'll take Tireless Tracker. I'm not going to play that one. Maybe Elite Spellbinder can get out. Maybe I just take the Kavu out too. The Flage Uro Mondo combo. Reese the Evermore. No, thank you. All right. Well, this is kind of a beauty. Let's see. So this is, I mean, it's about the right number of cards. The question is, what do I want to do here? I'm going to play this Reese. I'm not going to bother buying it. I could play Enduring Curiosity. I mean, I have Flooded Transparent 3, 4. I mean, my white sources are pretty good. I kind of want to just cut Giver. No, I do like Giver with specifically Aragorn and Uthari, and to some degree even Ajani. Let's see. Because if I do this, I have 2 planes. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white. I would kind of like an 8th white, especially if I'm playing Council's Judgment, and that leaves me with 2 islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue, kind of like a 10th blue, and that leaves me with no forests. But I think no forests. Maybe I don't play the Uro. Uro is just broken, though. That's the thing. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green sources, which is pretty much enough for Tameo. If I do this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red sources. Yeah. That's every land, right? Just making sure. I guess I could reluctantly cut the Uro, and I could just play another land. Just play another red. Just play 17 lands plus a Mox. When I have Consider, Ponder, Ancestral, Consult, Tersa. Just my card quality is incredibly high, but it might still be better to play like an Elite Spellbinder or something. I also kind of want this ratio of lands because I have a colorless land is kind of part of the issue. Okay, I think I'm going to do this. All right, I think I'm going to run this, and I mean, maybe I'll side in some of these white cards or Enduring Curiosity, because I guess the other way to build this, I could cut the Scuzzback Scrounger, though I kind of like it in the current build. But if I cut the Scrounger, I could play Enduring Curiosity, cut a land, and play Elite Spellbinder and have that, but I kind of like how this looks. Oh, I also forgot to mention the most important thing as we go into round 1 here. Sandy Dog. So the person I was passing to did take Mox Emerald and then hated, and then Sandy took Time Vault and then hated the Tezzeret. So the gambit worked out really nicely, where Sandy didn't end up playing the Time Vault, and I will keep this hand. But they still had to waste their pick hating Tezzeret. It would have been a disaster if I hated the Tezzeret instead. So I would say, all told, we got a Time Walk, they got a Mox, and then they had to burn a 3rd pick, and Sandy had to burn his 3rd pick. So what are the other worlds there? The other world is I go Time Vault into Tezzeret and pass a Time Walk. Sandy gets a Mox. That might be better. I could really see taking a Time Vault being better there. As it turns out, Key wouldn't have wheeled, and I never saw another Key, so Time Walk's going to be a lot better for me. But then my teammate doesn't get a piece of power, I suppose, is the downside. All right. How do I want to do this? It's kind of interesting. I don't think I care that much about having Force and Negation up next turn, so I'm just going to ponder here. And okay. Let's do this. Pass. I'm just not going to shuffle these away. And hopefully my opponent Legacy Buff here, that's Larry David Yo, that's I guess their new account, I don't know, doesn't have like a really good 3-drop. If they do, because it's going to take a little while to Leyline Binding it. All right, nice, they did not. So let's actually play Steam Vents untapped, because that opens the door for either Leyline Binding or Counterspell. And then I know I'm drawing Flame Tongue next turn. Okay. And let's just go Floated Strand. And because I'm going to get Sparas with that one, I don't need to play the Storm Chaser's talent yet. I don't even mind it as something to pitch to Force if I really have to, though I don't know how that would come about. I don't really know what they're up to. They've played an Unholy Heat and Jund lands, plus an island now. Okay, so they're waiting on blue. That is not what I expected, I'll be honest. Okay. Crack this. Get a Sparas. I think I'm just going to Leyline Binding for 2 mana. Get the 3rd Path Iconoclast. Alright, draw. Oh, that would have also done it. Alright, I'll play the Storm Chaser's talent here. Pass the turn. And kill my otter end of turn. I think there's a decent chance they have another removal spell in hand. Because look, here's the things we know. We know that they don't have blue sources in hand because they clearly just drew the Multiversal Passage this turn. They could have other lands. They haven't missed a land drop. They could have removal because that would make sense. They probably don't have creatures that cost Jund mana because they would have just been playing them. So I think the most likely scenario is they have like a removal spell and maybe one other non-blue land of their 4 cards and maybe a blue card plus something else. I don't really know. If I draw a land here, well, an untapped land, I was going to use Stormchaser's Talent to get back Ponder, but I'm happy enough just to attack for 1 and pass. Be nice to get to play this Flame Tongue at some point. Maybe casting Leyline Binding, that was like, I mean, not a good use of removal, but who knows? I also have Counterspell plus Force Negation up, which I think is going to be pretty good. If they cast like a Collective Brutality or something, Quarry Steel Cutter. Let's just Force Negation that. I don't know how good Steel Cutter is going to be, but they're going to get at least 1 creature out of it. And now I can use Stormchaser's Talent next turn. It would be nice to save the Stormchaser's Talent activation for Time Walker Ancestral, but I might not have the opportunity to do that. What is this? Teamer mana. Moloch? X equals 1? Okay. If I had another cantrip, it'd be kind of nice, but I don't mind that because I get to Flame Tongue the Moloch, and like that's a great use of mana, and I get to still have Counterspell up. I'll play my land with a, what's it called, a Stormchaser's Talent out. I think having a lot of land is good. Flame Tongue your Flame Tongue. Okay. Ship the turn. Still have 4 cards in hand. At this point, I don't think any of them are lands. Moloch does kind of count as a removal spell, I would say. Bonehorde Dracosaur. I guess I will counterspell because I don't have a good answer to it. I mean, I could Stormchaser's Talent. No, I can't even Stormchaser's Talent back anything that would deal with it. All right, let's draw. Okay, that was a nice one. Ancestral. Stormchaser's Talent. I'm going to get back Ancestral, I think. Ancestral again. Maybe I'll hit Time Walk. That'd be nice. All right, it did not, but I hit a Johnny, which I will play. All right, we're tapped out. They can do something, but they don't seem to be like a combo deck, so who knows. And then now I've got Stormchasers to level 3, though mostly I'm just going to go Tursa and attack. And I Flage is great here. Prismatic Ending is great here. Slow Jund against Jeskai Control. Huh, I know which side I'd rather be on. I'd rather be on the Jeskai Control side in most matchups, though. Oh, Fire Covenant. Kill all my creatures. Can't say that would concern me in the slightest. And that would even be like one of the better plays they could make. I just have I just got a lot going on right now. I mean, drawing 6 cards will do that. Oh, K command, getting back the Bonehorde Dracosaur. Yeah, I mean, I can double Flage it. I don't have black mana though, so I can't kill it with Prismatic Ending, unfortunately. Let's go Tursa. Just gonna discard my 2 lands, I think. Draw 2, and now let's attack because Tursa will trigger here. And I haven't played a land yet. Pretty much anything except Force or Counterspell I can play. Oh, all right. Well, we'll take Ancestral. Into Time Walk? Sure. Time Walk Aragorn? Why not? They're going to start complaining so hard to their team, as well they should. And yeah, that's Time Walk Ancestral Mox. No big deal. I only cast 3 Ancestrals this game, to be fair. To be fair. To be fair to who? Not my opponent, sir. Not the game of Magic. All right, up 1. All right, sideboard time. Loris, Elite Spellbinder. It looks like kind of like Jundy stuff. I mean, Enduring Curiosity could be good. Giver Runes seemed fine, though. They have a lot of removal. I think I'll just run this. All right. Well, as long as I don't get duressed on turn 1, I feel like I've got a pretty good shot here. I will keep and not getting duressed on turn 1. I can tell you that much. On your upkeep, I'm going to Ancestral. When your opponent stops on your upkeep on turn 1, it's so brutal because you know what's going to happen. It's always an Ancestral. That is it. I still don't have white mana, but I have Ponder. I have Consult the Star Charts. Those should find something. I actually think I want a Tersa here because it uses my mana so much better. Pondering and missing on white sounds kind of like a disaster. All right, let's discard Giver. And I think Leyline Binding. All right. Actually, I'll leave this back to block. Maybe I'm giving up 3 damage if my opponent kills it before I get to block, but I don't really care about that. And if they don't have a removal spell, I can just trade for Inti, which I would love to do. Because next turn I could go kick Consult instead of casting Ponder. Though Ponder into Prismatic Ending is also totally fine. Okay, don't hit Shield Rajita off the top. I was going to say hit Bonehorde Draxor, but they discarded it. All right. Hit Deathgreeter's Champion. I mean, if they reanimate a Bonehorde Dracosaur here, I could definitely lose to that. Oh, no plays. They were hoping to hit a land. Well, that's a white land. Huh. I think I'll wait on Consult because I really want to play that Meticulous Archive here. Oh, well. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Time Walk, Flage, Tameo, no shuffle, Meticulous Archive, mill the Flage, pass the turn, and then I'm going to play Othari next turn. And if they kill Othari, then, so be it. I think I'd rather just have Tameo. I could have also time walked that turn. Oh, no, I wouldn't be able to play Meticulous Archive is the problem. So I wouldn't be able to time walk into Othari. What do they have here? If it's Necromancy on the Bonehorde, I can Prismatic Ending that. So I just want, and we already know they can't have Reanimate or Life Death or any of those things because they would have cast those last turn on the Bonehorde. They clearly drew a land this turn or swamp this turn. It's impossible for it to be otherwise. Oh, I guess my Mox Jet is getting K commanded and they're getting Inti back. Okay. My dreams of Othari are fading. It's okay. I'll draw Time Walk here. Maybe they're not fading actually. Time Walk. I'll just cast Consult because really what I want to find, is Flooded Strand. Take my Time Walk turn. Pay the life. Oh, actually, I guess Flooded Strand doesn't get untapped green, so it's not quite as good, but I get to Othari now. And then Flooded Strand does get green mana for Tameo in a turn or two. And ship the turn. I guess Scalding Tarn is what I needed because it gets Wooded Foothills. They can't really play Inti here. They have to, their turn here has to involve killing Othari. And then next turn, I get to go Flooded Strand to get Spar's Headquarters, have Counterspell up, and then that goes into Tameo, get back Time Walk, untap with Tameo, Flage, something like that. Moloch the Rebel token? Oh no, Moloch the Othari. Yeah, that makes more sense. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. Oh, I just drew the Stomping Ground. All right, well, I guess that's one way to do it. He just tweeted it out. All right, Tameo. My deck has got to be a really demoralizing deck to play against. I mean, it's got 3 power and the cards work really nicely. Like having Time Walk and Ancestral, yeah, it's nice. I would concede there too. All right, time for red 2. Playing against the tank. I'll keep this hand. Tank is on like 5-color combo or 4-color combo or something like that, as you might expect. Oh, Prismatic Ending. once again, just proving its worth. You know they got to be dreading it when they see the mana being used. And next turn, Storm Chaser's Talent into a turn 4 Aragorn here. You know what? I think I'll wait a turn on Storm Chasers because getting Meticulous Archive and finding a good 3-drop seems pretty valuable. Storm Chaser's Talent is a 1/1, which doesn't matter next turn or this turn, whatever. If tank gives me one more turn here, then I really like it where I'm at. Meticulous Archive. Oh, well, that's pretty convenient, isn't it? Mountain, Mox. Turn 3 Aragorn. Thank you very much. Pretty hard for this to go too wrong. I mean, tank could kill Aragorn, but I would still have the Monarch. Oh, now I have Force Negation up with Storm Chasers. Glad I didn't play the Storm Chasers. Jules, chill. Ice Till Explorer into Bayou Millicoveted Jewel. You know, never change, tank. Jules, chill. Also, Time Walk? Excuse me? Is that ridiculous or what? The text is so ridiculous. Actually, technically, I should target nothing there. Because if they made that untargetable, then they'd be able to block. But whereas if you target nothing, it just happens. I mean, this is just ridiculous. I'm going to go Storm Chaser's Talent now. Then next turn, I can Time Walk again. Is Time Walk good when you can get it back? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Attack. Nothing can block. Untap. Oh, I gotta play my land first. Pay the 2 life. Tameo. Turn 3 Aragorn, turn 4 kill you. Yep, this is a busted deck. I'm really hoping to 3-0 this one. Don't mind it at all. All right, and that'll do it. That's game 1. Voice of Victory. I think Elite Spellbinder is good. Maybe on the draw I cut a land. I could see doing that. I'll keep the Flame Slash. Maybe I'll take out Giver. Doesn't seem particularly great. Maybe I'll just take out Giver instead. I could also put Enduring Curiosity in, but I don't know about that. All right, game 2. A similar hand, but no Spell Pierce or Prismatic Ending, which I think I still keep, but it's obviously a lot less good. If tank opens on Soul Ring this time, then things aren't going to look great for me. All right, did not. I'm going to open on that, and I can actually bin the green land, which I won't always be able to do, but I drew Botanical Sanctum, so that works out. Turn 2 Talisman. All right, well, you know, Prismatic Ending showed up right on time as far as I'm concerned. White, green, or white, blue, whatever. And then next turn, I can Storm Chasers plus Consult, setting up Aragorn or Flametongue on turn 4. If they have creatures, Flametongue. If they don't, Aragorn. Easy enough. Let's see. Ooh, Formidable Speaker. Okay. Discarding Library of Alexandria to pick up Ice Till Explorer. Look at that combo. You get the Ice Till, and then you get to play the land. The Witherbloom Apprentice. Okay. I am going to pay 2 life, and I'm going to pass the turn with Leyline Binding up. And with Consult the Star Charts up. Witherbloom's scary, no doubt about that. If you're searching it up, it's not for no reason. Tank loves the Witherbloom combo. I've said this every time. I've died more to tank playing Witherbloom than everyone else combined. Okay, that doesn't look like you're going to kill me in the same turn here. Baloth Prime. Okay. Huh. I think I'm going to Leyline Binding that. Then 3 cards in hand. I think I'll give it one turn to... The Formidable Speaker isn't doing anything. I can consult into Force of Negation for Chain of Smog or Counterspell. And it's also possible if I Flame Tongue the Formidable Speaker tank doesn't have double black to do it all in one turn. Okay. It does have double black. All right. But I can still find Counterspell here. So let's just cast Consult, no kicker. Force Negation also works. Flame Slash and Tameo do not. All right. Witherbloomed out. Not that many things that can interact with that. I did play the Leyline Binding, but it's so dangerous to leave the Baloth up, and I had more mana, so perhaps a mistake. Part of it is just very cost prohibitive to leave up that, and if I don't Leyline Binding, he could just start manually sacking, so... maybe Enduring Curiosity if I want to leave mana up. Maybe I cut Council's Judgment. Maybe I cut Flame Tongue. Flame Tongue actually didn't seem that great. I think I'd rather have Enduring Curiosity. Plus, it is also a blue card to pitch to Force of Negation. All right, game 3. I would like to play first. Yeah, this hand looks good. I can go... I mean, I think I play the turn 1 Storm Chasers. This actually is kind of a beatdown hand. I have 1, 2, and 3 drop on the play. All right, that's not normally how this deck's going to play out, but it actually looks pretty good. Turn 1 Storm Chasers, turn 2 Scuzzback Scrounger, turn 3 Tersa, and I could even cast Ponder with the treasure if I wanted to. No Soul Ring, please. Oh, Fast Bond. Hard to say what that's going to do. It really varies game to game. I mean, if Tank has turn 1 Ice Till, you know, it could go off or something. All right, he's got Fast Bond and a lot of lands. Turn 1 Spellseeker. Okay. Is he going to turn 2 Witherbloom Chain of Smog me? That'd be impressive. He got Demonic Tutor, so he's going to do something. I would like to find Force of Negation here. Though I am going to cast Scuzzback Scrounger, and I'm not going to attack with the Otter. All right, next turn, I will get to go to cast Ponder, Consult. I could do some amount of those things. So, Tank could have part of the Witherbloom combo. Oh, he's got Zernorb, Fast Bond, and Demonic Tutor. That can't be good for me. He has LED. Oh, this is sick. He's going to Ice Till. I mean, this is a sick turn too, to be honest, so good for him. You know, you try that combo deck every time. It will work some of the time. Oh, he's supposed to LED, but didn't? Okay. Oh, he got Echo of Eons. Oh, I thought he was going to get Ice Till there. All right. We've got a shot. We've got a shot. Because if he got Ice Till... Because you would use cast Demonic Tutor and response sack LED, Ice Till. But I guess if he doesn't have a card to play from the group, nobody has Echo. Yeah, no, he definitely 100% should have gotten Ice Till. What an EV tragedy. Because look, he cast DT, sacks LED, plays Ice Till Explorer, sacks a land as Zernorb, replays it with Fast Bond, Ice Till mills. You get infinite mana and life, and then you mill Echo, and then you cast Echo with all your lands in play. I very well might still lose, but it went from a guaranteed win for Tank to we're going to see how this turn plays out. Because next turn I also get to Prismatic Ending, Elite Spellbinder, Counterspell, some combination of those things. Okay. Formidable Speaker is not necessarily game over because I get to like Prismatic Ending the Zernorb maybe? Getting like a Baloth Prime here. Yeah. Can't cast it this turn, I wouldn't imagine. Barring like a guy's Cradle or something weird. All right, I have Counterspell up as well. Yes. Blight onto the Scrounger. What am I going to do this turn? I guess I'm just going to Counterspell is what I'm going to do this turn. And Prismatic ending, I think the Zurin Orb. I mean, the Baloth Prime is still a threat because you can just spend 4 mana, so I still will want to counterspell it. But I don't have to do it quite yet. Do you want to sack any lands to Zurin Orb here? Okay, I did not. Also, kind of brutal to not see any power after all those wheels. It would be nice to... Time Walk would be the best card, I think, to find, because I have a lot of cards to play and I have a Storm Chaser's talent, but wouldn't complain about Ancestral or Mox, I'll tell you that much. I do have to worry about Witherbloom nonsense still. This is Baloth Prime. We are going to counterspell it. 3 cards in hand. I mean, that's pretty much all my interaction. But next turn, I think I'm going to Othari. And I'll probably cash in an Otter token with the Scrounger too. Blight the Otter token away. Don't see a reason not to. So Ice Till is still potentially a threat with Fast Bond. But I don't really know what it does once you just do a bunch of that. Tank has 2 cards in hand. Could have, shuffled back Demonic Tutor. A lot of things they could have. Hopefully not. I mean, Titania would be pretty annoying as well. I don't know if Tank has Titania. Well, whatever this is. It's like a Pest Infestation or a Mind Twist. A Pest Infestation. All right. That, I think, is fine. It's probably not going to attack here, I wouldn't bet, because I have a 2/2 Otter. I mean, it could attack with Formidable Speaker. It would not be crazy. Oh, I did draw the Mox. Funny. Yeah, I'll Blight the Otter away still, though. I don't think Elite Spellbinder is going to do a whole lot here, so I'm just going to play Othari. Attack with Othari. The 2/2 is going to get eaten by Formidable Speaker. But that's fine by me. Next turn, Enduring Curiosity could do something. Please just don't Witherbloom me out. Barrowglyph. Okay. Othari's tokens all being tapped is definitely a disadvantage in this particular case. Tank's last card is LED. Nice. All right. So I think we're actually in really good shape now. I'm going to get hit for some damage here, but I don't really care about that. Do I Blight Othari is the question. I'm at 11, or I'm at 14, Tank's at 11. Yeah, I think I do. I know it's a lifelinker, but I feel like, because Enduring Curiosity here is going to draw me a bunch of cards, so I'm at 14, going to 16, yeah. And I'll chump the Barrowglyph with Enduring Curiosity, most likely. Though, maybe Elite Spellbinder, because I can actually play that post-combat as well. Attacking with all the pests didn't really work out. Not that Tank had any reason to think about Enduring Curiosity, but I'm pretty glad I put this one in. Oh, sacking LED to gain an extra life off of Barrowglyph. Yeah, the game might come to that. I mean, any Time Walks. Okay, Ancestral's pretty good. Let's Ancestral. I haven't played a land yet. I guess I could Ponder, because finding Time Walk really is just game over. Council's Judgment, Suplex, Leyline, Binding. I can't even cast any of these this turn. I'm just going to shuffle and draw. And then I'm going to go Plains Ajani. And the funny thing is, the Scuzzback will let me flip Ajani next turn anyway. I just think if I untap this turn, I'm likely going to win anyways. Tank already used Echo Vions. Doesn't have Witherbloom combo. can't draw both of them without drawing like a multi-draw effect, which I don't know what else he's got. Mishra's Bauble means he could back-to-back it, but the thing is, I guess keeping Leyline Binding would have stopped the Witherbloom combo, but I'm just going to look at so many cards this turn that, because like Othari is going to make 3 attackers. I'm also going to get to flip a Johnny whether or not he attacks with the Scrounger here. Okay, so he's going to draw off that. I also have Tamiyo to really look for Time Walk. Yes. Blight the Cat Warrior. I mean, I think he just dies here to a Johnny, most likely. Let's see. If I Tamiyo and Prismatic Ending the Barrogoyf, he goes to 9. I get 3 attackers now. I guess it doesn't actually kill him. So, how do I want to do this? I could also Tamiyo Ancestral. I mean, I could also finish it off post-combat. I'm going to draw 1 card off of the thing. I'm going to want to Tamiyo back counterspell is what I'm going to want to do. So let's go ahead and go to combat. I don't think I attack. I think I'll attack like this. Barrogoyf blocks 1. Formidable Speaker blocks 1. And the Pests and Spell Seekers can take down the other 2. Okay. So I'm going to have an Ajani not big enough to kill Barrogoyf, but I could kill Formidable Speaker maybe. Okay. Damage happens. I draw a card. It's still nothing. Kill Formidable Speaker. Scalding Tarn. I mean, I'm still at a million life here. Stomping Ground. Yes. Tamiyo. And return counterspell. I just think this is gonna be the safest way to play this game. Tanks, he can't even make me discard because of Tamiyo. Barrogoyf I have 3 blockers for. If I get to untap again, I can't really imagine losing. I mean, I guess the Barrogoyf gets to sit there and eat the Othari creatures over and over again, but at some point a Johnny Othari is just going to add up to way too much, and at some point probably now. Like maybe he gets a turn or 2. Scuzzback Scrounger was great this game. It made extra treasures and it flipped a Johnny, which is exactly what I said during deck building. So I like to see that. Tank's going to be so tilted when he realized he could have gone for Ice Till. It's possible that he misclicked and didn't sack LED in time, but it didn't seem like that. And he didn't say anything. So I think his plan was just to fast spawn LED Echo without maybe thinking through the Ice Till sort of combo there. All right. And that is a dub. 2-0. Let's go. All right. Time for round 3 here. Battling Sven. And Sven's on Blue-White Academy with Zerda. And he's got Upheaval, Fractured Identity. Some good stuff, but I think Counterspell, Force Negation are going to be pretty good. He's got a Hull Breacher. He's got to watch out for that for sure. And yeah, I will run this. Force Negation is one of my better cards. Leyline Binding can interact. Flame Slash not so good, but I can discard that one to Tersa, so which I'm also hoping will find me a blue card for Force Negation. So yeah, looks okay. And what am I looking for here? Mox Jet wouldn't be bad. You know, really, I would accept any of the pieces of power from my deck, of which there are many. All right, turn 1 Plains go. All right, well, Meticulous Archive. Blue card for a Force is nice. I'm going to bin Stomping Ground, I think. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't because it does make Leyline Binding cheaper, but I really don't need it. And I've got 1 green card in my deck, and I still have Spara's Headquarters and Treasure Tokens. So this is kind of like removing 2 green sources because it makes the Scalding Tarn also unable to fetch green, but I wouldn't have been able to leyline binding this turn anyways. So. Though maybe I should have just kept stomping ground actually, because then I'd be able to leyline binding this turn. Yeah, no, that was just a mistake. I didn't really factor the turn 2 leyline binding part in. They hit leyline binding. All right, well. I feel like I'm going to get Hull Breachered here, but the thing about Hull Breacher is I can just choose not to discard if Sven has Hull Breacher here. Well, since he didn't, I kind of feel like I can discard the Flame Slash. And do I discard Othari as well? Or Leyline Binding? I think I just discard Flame Slash. Thing is, I have Ancestral and Force Negation. So Ancestral to draw more cards, Force Negation to protect whatever it is going on. Yeah, that's fine. And I can't counter it anyway because Force is on my turn. And then I have Othari, and I want to like play Othari with Force backup, and I think Leyline Binding is good interaction next turn. Sicarian Infiltrator. Well, can't really stop that. That's going to be good. Infiltrator for 7 here. All right, good beats. Grim Monolith, getting to work. All right, well, let's cast Ancestral Recall. My Ancestral Recall is a little cheaper, but there's put 3 things into play, so that's also pretty good. Into Time Walk, into Othari. All right. Yeah, and I don't think attacking there with Tersa really sounds great. Let's go Othari. Send. And if the Rebel token gets double blocked, which pretty decent chance Sven does, next turn I can attack with Tersa. All right, pass, and now I have Flage plus Prismatic Ending. There's interaction next turn, or Leyline Binding. I've got 3. All right, well, you know what? Not keeping the what's it called? Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. Not keeping the Stomping Ground actually worked fine here, because my curve was fine, and I have Spar's Headquarters. All right, Academy is pretty good. So that's 6 mana there. Okay, well, probably start doing some removing of things. Let's see. Let's go Prismatic Ending the Spirit token. I want to be able to attack with Tersa. Is why I'm doing that. Play Sparas. Suplex. Exile the Staff. Or no, actually, I'm going to exile the Grim Monolith, I think. I mean, I still don't get to attack or play a card off Tersa this turn. Okay. And now I'm going to send with both. Assuming Sven lets me. And I have Leyline Binding up as well, because now I have the Sparas and I have all 4 types. Maybe drawing with Staff before I attack. Maybe finding Cryptic Command or something. Oh, Path Othari. All right, that's pretty good. Let's get another island. Don't have an answer to Path. Well, Flage will also finish the game pretty quickly. Though actually I could have gotten a white mana or a red mana so I could Flage in the same turn. I could also have Leyline Binding the Staff right now because Sven was tapped out of white mana. Maybe that would have been better. I don't know. It's a card and a mana is the thing because Academy. But we'll see. I'm going to Flage next turn and attack and hope to hit Time Walk. What is this? Upheaval, no mana floating? I guess it could be. Wouldn't be like the strongest play in the world, but might be fine. And I like the use of Enlightened Tutor, by the way. That's cool. Enlightened Tutor is a cool card. Legend of Kuruk. I think I'm gonna let that happen. I'm gonna Leyline Binding at end of turn. I think that's a reasonable trade. I just think Force of Negation to stop like Upheaval is really important. So I'm gonna keep that. Leyline Binding. I mean, Sven's doing pretty good here. He's drawing a lot of cards. I wouldn't mind a fetch land here. Flage is really not what I wanted, but that's all right. Flage. I'm going to kill the Sicarian Infiltrator. And now I have 7 cards. I guess there are a couple things that I could hit that I wouldn't be great, like wouldn't do much. I don't think there's anything actively bad. Even if I hit Flage, I can just recast it. All right, Suplex is fine. I'll suplex the Staff of the Storyteller. Was Sven thinking about casting Hull Breacher and blocking? Could be. All right. That's a totally reasonable block to make. Here, I mean, I'm definitely going to suplex. It's funny, if Botanical Sanctum was an untapped land, it would have been really nice, but because then I would have been able to cast Force without using Ponder, but it's not. So it has 3 cards in hand? Yeah, we're trading card for card. He drew 3 off Infiltrators, which also put 3 creatures into play. I drew 3 off Ancestral. I'm going to get to Flage next turn. Upheaval is just terrible for me with Leyline Binding there, but I'm going to kind of save this for Upheaval if I can. He can't even cast Upheaval right now is actually the funny part. We'll be able to next turn with Planisphere. Adding a mana, effectively. 2 cards in hand. Well, let's go. Hold on. I can actually just cast Ponder now because I can leave mana up for Force of Negation. Aragorn, Scuzzback Scrounger. I'm going to shuffle. Well, all right. Exile, Stomping Ground, Flame Slash, Suplex, Ponder, I guess Tersa. Deal 3 to that. Put in my land, pass the turn. All right. And he's gonna upheaval. I'm gonna attack for 9. Goes to 5. Then I'll play Scuzzback Scrounger. Unless he plays something else first. In that case, who knows? But I'm still looking for Tamiyo. That's why I shuffled, because Tamiyo or Storm Chaser's talent are both way better. Aragorn, it doesn't do anything. I'm going to cast Flage this turn. I'm going to keep up Force of Negation. If Sven can counter back, the game is pretty much over. All right, well, I take it. Let's see. Was I... the game wasn't over, but he might have not had anything that could stop a Flage at that point. I think Enduring Curiosity and Spellbinder are cards I'm looking at. Giver of Runes definitely bad. It's not... The Giver of Runes hasn't really worked out great. And Flame Tongue Kabu looks bad. I think it's worse than Flame Slash. All right. There's also Voice of Victory. Hold on. Maybe I do want that. And do I want to cut a Flage? Yeah, Flage does a lot of damage. Tersa, Spellbinder, Aragorn, Tamiyo. I've got to cut something. Maybe it's Scuzzback Scrounger. Maybe it's Flame Slash. Flame Slash kills Hull Breacher. I have Suplex. I have some other stuff. All right, I'll do it this way. I still have Leyline Binding, Prismatic Ending, Suplex. Voice, I think, is just going to make Sven's life a little bit harder. And it's a 2-mana 3/3 if they don't have any blockers. Okay, on the draw here. Force of Negation, unsurprisingly. Like, maybe my most important card. Obviously, Time Walker Ancestral are better, I guess. So maybe they're more important. I don't know. But in terms of, like, what I need to find in order to win the game, Force seems pretty high up there. All right. I am in. What do I do on turn 1 here? It's actually not obvious because I could go I have basically 3 different options. The only land I'm not playing on turn 1 is a Plains. That would be crazy. I will keep the hand though. Sven is mulling. I can turn 1 Meticulous Archive and then hope to find a mountain. I can Island Ponder to hope to find a red, or I can play Sparas, turn 2, play Ponder, and then Archive to mill. I think I'm going to, now that I drew Consider, I think I just go land, go. Consider, it still looks reasonably well. Ooh. Urza Saga into Staff? This is scary. All right, I'll put this on top. Okay, I do like Suplex. I might have to play that over Scrounger. Exile target artifact. I think I'm going to exile the Staff. I know. Sven has a Retrofitter out, but I think he's a little ways away from using that. Oh, that's interesting. All right, in that case, let's just go Ponder. Enduring Curiosity, Leyline Binding, Storm Chaser's Talent. I mean, I don't mind Enduring Curiosity, I suppose. Leyline Binding? No. I'm going to shuffle. All right. Mox. Scrounger. Meticulous Archive. I will graveyard that. I don't need a second red. I basically think that Time Walk and Prismatic Ending are more the cards I'm looking for. Ancestral, that sort of thing. Urza Saga is just really good. I'm going to have a hard time beating it. Sven has Academy too. I just can't win. Into Mana Crypt? Ay. Okay. Small Miracles, no Academy. Planisphere. Alright, well. Ay. Ether Spellbomb. Yeah, I'm pretty dead here. This is a sick draw. Blight on the Scrounger. Flage. I mean, if anything can do it, it could be Flage, but I don't think Flage is going to get the job done here. Let's play Inspiring Vantage because it's my other red source. I mean, I'm thinking like some kind of Flage Time Walk sort of deal is what I need here. Because I'm going to... I guess I don't have to chump with Scrounger technically. No, I do, because they can make a token with Retrofitter regardless. So they're actually really close to just killing me with bouncing, but I have to block here, which also conveniently gives me the last thing I need for Flage. The thing is, Ether Spellbomb can even bounce the Flage, and I drew a mountain, so I guess let's cycle Sparas. Okay. Urza Saga got me good. Going to game 3. The max amount of games. Well, actually, no, we only played 8. We're going to have played 8 games here, so 1 less than the max. Yeah, I mean, Flame Slash, I guess, would have been something there, but all right. I think I'm good. Let's battle here. All right, on the play. Time for a busted one. No, but I mean, I can't mulligan this hand. I have turn 1 Storm Chaser's Talent. I kind of don't mind if Sven goes like turn 1 Artifact, and then I can suplex it on 2, Spellbinder on 3, and then Council's Judgment. All right. This is the kind of hand where Time Walk is of course, pretty close to lethal. Just if I have these 2 creatures in play and I can go Time Walk and then bring it back with Storm Chasers, like, that's a lot of pressure. So in my ideal world, Sven goes like Plains Retrofitter and I just get to use my mana on Suplex turn 2. I would be happy about that. I'd also be happy if I drew Mox Jet. Oh, well, I get to Suplex a Mana Crypt. Does get to use it first. Cosmic Grand Zenith. Interesting. Well, that's actually not a big deal. Exile target artifact. Pass, and then I can Council's Judgment the Cosmogrand Zenith to prevent a double play. Hopefully this man doesn't have a 0 plus a 1 or a 2 or just 2 1s, but okay, I mean, I'll take it. What the best case is Sven saves a 1-drop to play next turn, and I just snap off Council's Judgment on the Cosmogrand, which is what I think I'm going to do. Ooh, all right. And hope I can't cast Council's Judgment here. Oops, I thought I had double white. Well, in that case, I will Elite Spellbinder and see if I can make things a little bit harder for Sven over there. Hull Breacher, Fracture Identity, Zerda. The thing is, Zerda, they could just cast next turn even with the thing, but wouldn't have infinite mana. I think I'm going to take Fractured Identity. And no, let's not even hit for 1. I'll threaten to double block. All right, no blue, please. Just give me a turn here with no blue. Is that too much to ask? He had turn 1 Mana Crypt. He could play Zerda and untap it, and then I can Council Judgment the Grim Monolith if I draw a white source, and I can ponder into a white source, hopefully. If you drew Retrofitter, it gets to go off. Okay. We have mana. What are we doing with that mana? Oh, we drew the island. Well, Fracture Identity would also have been pretty bad, but now we can Hull Breacher and then Cosmogrand Zenith and put +1/+1 counters on. All right. Well, it's got 1 card in hand. It's Astrologian's Planisphere. I still could use a Plains. All right, well, here's what I can do. I can Storm Chaser's Talent. Get back Suplex. All right, Sven. You got a turn here. He gets to cast Fractured Identity as well. I guess taking Zerda would have worked out better. Though he would still get to untap Grim this next turn and use it if he wanted. So if he doesn't have a blue, he can't cast 2 spells. If he draws another blue here, I'm in a lot of trouble. Damn. I was hoping to 3-0. But I said that when Tank had the win against me on board, and, you know, we saw that worked out. So it's not over yet, technically. You know. So if I'd taken Zerda last turn, he can untap. He just wouldn't play Zerda. He would just Fracture the Spellbinder or play Hull Breacher. Yeah. I'm not sure. Wouldn't have worked out amazingly for me either way, I suspect, but I really was just hoping to not see a blue there. Oh, Sakaran Infiltrator. Yeah, okay. That's infinite. He's just going to Zerda infinite, and then, damn, 2-1 with the triple power deck. I mean, this deck was sick. Played against more combo decks than I would have wanted to be honest. This deck has got a lot of anti-creature stuff, but, you know, not every day open Ancestral Time Walk Mox Jet. We are crushing the draft, so that part is good, and hopefully we can close things out. Mark's 2-0, I was 2-0, and that'll do it for today. That's your triple power deck of the day. A little bummed that I lost round 3, but, you know, got to keep them coming back. So that'll do it for this one. I appreciate you hanging out with me. As always, I'll be back tomorrow. Play some more Magic. I will see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.